Okay, so I've got a ground rod that I've got to drive, and I was telling my wife a couple days ago about that, and she looked up and she found a video on YouTube of a product you can buy that is basically what I'm about to build here. They want like $400 for this thing, and that's kind of like peeling toilet tissue off the roll and then telling people that it's Kleenex and selling it for an upcharge. This is entirely too simple to get out. Damn goats. So as I was coming to the shop to build this thing, and I was praying that I would find something in here that would get the job done, praise the Lord, lying there right there on the ground is an old sledgehammer head. I have no idea where that came from. Anyway, thank God, answer to prayer, right there, what I need, when I need it. Happens an awful lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to weld a tube. I already had this piece of tube lying around from another project. Just like that. I'll set this on top. Forgive me if it's out of the camera view there. The face seems to be relatively square. It's close enough for what I want to get done. There we go. So that's tacked on well enough. That'll hold. And then what I'm going to do is I've got this piece of 3/8 inch plate. I cut this on the plasma table for lid weights for deer feeders. I made a bunch of them out of some scrap 3/8 that I had. So I've got one of those over there. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to weld this right here on the bottom. What this is going to do is that after it's been driven down to the ground level, or down to about 3 feet above the ground level, which is about how long this handle is, it's about 32, 33 inches long, then I'll turn it over just like the commercially produced item and bang it from the top instead of using like this a sledgehammer, which I could do as well. I'm going to do it this way. So let me get this kind of lined up. Looks good. Check that there. That looks good. That looks good. Let me get the other side. There we go. So that's that. All I have to do is finish welding up here. And I'm welding on a quote-unquote high temperature. I'm welding for 1/4 inch steel. This tubing here is like 14 gauge, maybe almost 16 gauge. I'm going to call it 14 on a good day. But I want to be able to burn enough into this that as I'm coming down with it, the shock doesn't cause this weld to fail. I built a T-post driver years ago, and I knocked the top off of it driving a T-post, had to come back and weld the crap out of it, so it wouldn't do that again. I don't want that to happen here. So I've got to be careful. I burn into the big chunk of steel without blowing holes in the little one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to weld next to it and let it wet out into the thin wall tubing. So I'm sure that I'm burned into the thick steel without blowing holes in the thin steel. Most of my heat input where the wire is actually over here on the solid steel, away from that thin wall tubing. That ought to be plenty solid. One of the mistakes that I think I made with a T-post driver, besides not putting enough weld on the kind of material, metal that it was that I was still putting an awful lot of downforce on it, instead of letting the tool do the job. So my intent with this is I'm going to let the tool do the job. So there, that quick, that easy. See, now you can do this to drive the ground rod the rest of the way. And that's it. $400 something worth of tool. And thank Jesus I had scrap metal lying about. So let's go over to the ranch and see how this works. Okay, so here we are now at the ranch to try to drive this ground rod. The sledgehammer head is still warm. It's a short drive. So we're going to see if this works. The only concern I have is that the thin wall tubing may try to snap off of the sledgehammer head. So I'm not going to be doing a lot of downforce. I'm going to let a lot of gravity do the work. In fairness, it did rain some yesterday and a little bit the day before, so the ground is remarkably soft. We have clay here, not like some of that wimpy, limp-wristed stuff you see on YouTube clay. I mean, this stuff's hard as concrete when it's dry, and slick as snot when it's wet, and sticky like glue when it's wet too. So right now it's a mess out here, but this will drive easier than we would normally see. But it'll be telling. Wow, this sucks. Okay, that's enough of that horse shit. And I believe this is where we're going to use the Sawzall driver. That's good enough. Good enough for me. I think that's good enough. So it worked pretty well. Certainly not as awesome as their product as in their product video, because in their product video they drove it into like pillows. Not real dirt like this. Anyway, there you go. Scrap metal. Well, there's the ground rod driven. It's a muddy mess out here. I'm not going to get really anything else done today. Got the trencher stuck too. So, yeah, not a lot getting done today. I am going to throw a bale of hay out for the sheep though. I'm going to crawl over this. If I had to heel up where I'm right through the fence, I had to heel up so the sheep don't come through here, because they're not supposed to be on the other side of this. Anyway, we'll give them a bale of hay. bales are fluffier than I would like, kind of fall apart. Okay, so these guys are pretty easy. They haven't had very any food today. They're out of hay. They got bag feed yesterday, but anyway. They're really waiting for bag feed, which is not what they're getting. Right now they're just going to get hay. I just need those ones bringing up the rear to come on through so I can lock this off and keep them away from the equipment and trailer and other stuff up there. Oh, that one. Here she comes. Come on, baby. That one bringing up the rear, I think, was born in last, maybe since yesterday. I don't remember. That's itty bitty. Come on, Mama. Come on, Mama. Bring that baby. Good job, Mama. Okay, so now the challenge is to try to get through the gate, close them back up before they follow them through. Ah! Get back, get back, get back, get back. Yeah, go on. Get it. Get. Come on, Shadow. Good boy, Shadow. Oh, no you don't. Get over here. Gates are a little southern engineered around here. There. All right, y'all have something to eat now.